organizacional. Estamos en este salón, en el subsuelo, en esta área. Acá tienen la salida de emergencia, acá a la derecha, al salir. También hay salidas por estas dos puertas y después por la escalera por la que entramos. Los baños están en esta área y, por supuesto, el café que puede salir en cualquier momento de la mañana, y eso va a ser un servicio. La mayoría de las presentaciones van a ser en inglés, pero también hay presentaciones en español y hay traducción en ambas direcciones. Así que si necesitan traducciones, vayan para atrás y les pasan los auriculares. Acá una breve introducción a la PetroChemical Consulting Alliance. Acá estamos varios de nosotros, Oscar López, Freddy, yo y uno de nuestros colegas va a estar hablando desde México por videoconferencia. Entonces, después en la mesa de entrada estaba María Alejandra López, que es una de las organizadoras del evento, y en la casilla atrás tenemos las dos intérpretes que van a estar traduciendo a medida que vamos yendo. Así que cualquier duda o pregunta, consulten con cualquiera de nosotros. Y también le agradecemos a todos los que nos han apoyado, a nuestros auspiciantes, a los que han publicado avisos, que contribuyen al éxito del proyecto. Y también, por supuesto, a todos los que se han molestado en preparar charlas y en presentarlas, que sabemos que siempre lleva mucho tiempo y trabajo hacerlo, así que les agradecemos mucho también. Lo que estamos haciendo va a haber dos partes, por la mañana y la tarde, con un intervalo en cada caso. Si han visto programas anteriores, hay algunos cambios de personas, algunos cambios de orden. Si necesitan un programa, hay algunos extra a la entrada. Se me olvidó, para el almuerzo vamos a salir de acá y vamos a caminar un par de cuadras. We're going to walk a couple of blocks and we're going to eat outside. And the point of that is to just to stretch and get some fresh air, or at least maybe some polluted air. All the presentations will be available about a week to 10 days from now, and I'm going to send everybody a link so you can download them. And the link is only going to last about 7 days, so when you get to know this, do download it and leave it for later. But if you still miss it, just send me an email, we can read it. So that's all we have, and then
Bueno, buenos días a todos. Yo les en castellano, pero Jorge que hablo en inglés todo el tiempo. Yo prefiero, puedo hablar en inglés, pero con muchos defectos. Bueno, simplemente un poco de historia nada más. Este es nuestro evento número 13. Nosotros empezamos los seminarios en el año 2004. Nacieron de un encuentro casi casual, yo diría, en el año 2003 en un APLA. Nos conocíamos de antes con Jorge, pero dijimos, bueno, ¿por qué no hacer un seminario? Y bueno, ya son 13 años seguidos que lo estamos haciendo. El único problema es que siempre me coincide esto con el Festival de Cine de Mar del Plata. Hoy empieza el Festival de Mar del Plata, pero si estoy acá es que le doy preferencia a este evento frente al Festival de Cine. Así que bueno, yo también quiero agradecer a todos los oradores, a los amigos, a la revista Petroquímica que siempre nos acompañan. Y bueno, vamos a seguir adelante. El año que viene casi seguro, pienso yo, que va a ser en Brasil, el APLA, y haremos el viernes anterior, esperamos hacer el evento correspondiente. Así que bueno, ya mismo lo dejo con Jorge, quien va a ser el moderador de la primera parte.
And the first speaker will be Vicepresidente.
Escúchame. Ah, sí, gracias. Okay, good morning. Sorry, I have just realized that my written presentation is in Spanish. I will try to speak in English. This first part, sorry, my name is Luis Perez. I'm the quality director in Action Energy, the first private refining company in Argentina. This topic is related to South American trends in refining and the impact on the availability of raw material for petrochemical. I will show you the trend, the worldwide trend, and then a comparison of capacity and complexity, product yields, competitiveness, quality, and the opportunities and expectations regarding the industry, global industry in Latin America. Probably you will see at the very beginning some not so optimistic status, but let me anticipate that the end is hope. Okay. Because everybody will give the press at the very beginning of my presentation. When we talk about the whole Latin American status, those are the main figures in order to figure out how the industry is composed. Latin America, starting from the Mr. Donald Trump world down, is producing around 11 million barrels per day of oil, with a total installed capacity of around 6 million barrels per day. But the consumption of distillate, it's around 8 million. So the first conclusion is that we have an imbalance of 2 million equivalent barrels per day of final products, let's say mainly distillates, gasoline and diesel. So other information, the reserves of oil in Latin America is around 20% of the reserves in the world. But as you can see, the capacity, the installed capacity, refining capacity in Latin America is around 6%, and the total consumption is around 7%. So here we have clearly an opportunity. What has been happening in the world about refining? The efficiency was found. The efficiency is the key word. And in the last 10 years, practically 80 refineries has been closed around the world, but at the same time, the capacity has increased by 13%. So this is the first message. The message is that the world has been looking for efficiency through increasing capacity. Let's see what is happening in comparison of Latin America with the rest of the world. Those 2 million of shortage of products that I mentioned before in Latin America and are mainly covered by the north of the country, US and Canada, mainly US. So you can say that the first competitor for the region is the US. So let me, in every key parameter, let me compare Latin America versus the total world, but also with the main competitor US. And in some cases, I will compare with the best in the world. First of all, the capacity, the average capacity of refining in Latin America is around 180,000 barrels per day versus 195 in US and more than 200 in the world. And the best scale is in the range of 150 kVds. So, just as a reference, in Argentina there are 7 refineries, and only one, La Plata, YPF La Plata, is above 180. All the rest are below 180. So clearly, we have as a competence, we have a problem with the capacity of the refineries in most of the countries. The other problem structural problem that we can figure out from here is what we call complexity. What does it mean, complexity? Complexity is, by Solomon definition, is the capacity of one refinery to convert bottoms into good products, into distillates. The worldwide average is around 11. The best are in the range of 13, and Latin America as a whole has a complexity of 8. And the result of this is how the yields in the refinery is composed. The region is mainly focused on diesel oil. This is not so bad, considering that the trends, worldwide trends, are increasing consumption, continuous increasing consumption of diesel, continuous decrease in the consumption of gasoline. But the problem of having very short conversion capacity is that we still produce around 15% of fuel oil. So the bottom of the barrel is not destroyed. Well, if we don't have conversion, we not only do not convert the bottom of the barrel, but also we don't have enough conversion to produce light material, which is the raw material or the basic raw material for petrochemical. So what is said here that other distillates, 6%, other distillates are mainly light material. And in comparison to others, we are really short as a consequence of our low complexity in our countries. Argentina is not far away from the average, with focus on 40% of diesel oil production in terms of yields, and also 4% of distillates, which means low availability of raw material, light raw material, and still a high production of heavy material. When we compare our capacity to compete against the rest of the world in terms of OPEX, in terms of operating costs, we really understand that we have opportunities in many of the areas. In red, we can see Latin America. In yellow, the worldwide average. In blue, US and Canada, and the best are in green. As a total, you can see that versus the United States, they are 30% below in operating cost. The main component of operating cost for a refinery are turnarounds, routine maintenance, personnel, and energy. A refinery, in order to produce distillates, needs a lot of energy. Practically, energy is 25 to 30% of the total cost. And here, we have a great opportunity in order to reduce our operating cost and be more competitive. What we found in the assessment for the whole Latin America is high cost of personnel, but at the same time, low productivity. For instance, in terms of construction, the productivity in this part of the world is 1/2 or even 1/3 in comparison to the US Gulf Coast. I recently mentioned that energy is one of the key components for the operating cost. Regarding what Solomon and Associates survey identify as energy intensity index and carbon efficiency index. In green, we can find the best in the world in terms of energy efficiency. In red, the worst, and this is the average. And you can see that even the best in Latin America are not close to the average. So we have a lot of opportunity here. What does it mean with opportunity? It's energy efficiency. It's improvement of heat exchangers, improvement in the oil, in the fuel usage in our refineries, improvement in the heat balance in our refineries. As a consequence of that, obviously the CO2 emissions will be reduced. This is key, and the good news for this is that we don't need high investment in order to perform better, because in most of these cases we are talking about that on operating procedures more than CapEx. The return over investment in Latin America is averaging about 5% versus very good return in projects in the US. The key factors in order to improve this performance are related to productivity in construction, something that I already mentioned. The input cost for new technology or development of technology in Latin America. But when we talk about the import cost, what we are talking is about taxes, for instance, availability and personnel development. In Argentina, for instance, YPF La Plata and Action in refinery in Campana are the only two big projects that are in place in this moment, after more than 10 years without investing in refining. So that means that we have not developed a culture of construction and refining. And this is what I mentioned here, culture of execution. It is not so easy to find out the proper workers. It's not easy to find out managers for construction, such type of construction in a refinery that is in operation, that is hot. So this has increased significantly the cost of investment in our region. One example is Colombia. Colombia has recently built a new refinery, a very good new refinery in Cartagena. And the bad news is that the cost of that refinery was 3 times the forecast. And the key is here, productivity in construction and culture of execution. What about the quality of the products? Well, the region is still behind the rest of the world. In terms of diesel and gasoline, sulfur content is significantly higher than the pace setter, I can say. We still, even when all the countries practically already have low sulfur diesel specification, the big amount of diesel in the market is exceeding 500 ppm of sulfur or even more in some countries. The future is calling us to allow less than 50, 30 in some cases, 10 ppm in some cases. It's not so dramatic in gasoline, but still need an effort. So there is a clear demand of reducing the contaminants content in our products. It's clear that the countries need to produce new regulations in order to protect the environment. But this has pushed a trade-off of investment. Quality versus quantity. Because the shortage that I mentioned before, the first priority has been quantity instead of quality. What are the investments that are these days in the region? Hydrogenation, mainly in diesel. And as a consequence of additional requirement for hydrogenation, well, we need hydrogen. So those are the two main investments that we can find out in Latin America these days. The first part was dramatic, saying, well, this is a big problem. But although we have this situation, the only alternative that we have is to grow up, to improve. In the last 5 years, Latin America has developed better than the rest of the world and even better than the US and Canada. Capacity has increased 8%. This is a good news. Complexity has increased significantly. This is another good news. As a consequence of high conversion, clearly we obtain more valuable products. So the margin for distillate has increased more than the rest of the world. The employee capital has increased more than the rest of the world. But unfortunately, and because of the reasons that I have already mentioned, the return of that investment is not good. What are the key conclusions from here? More capacity due to revamping, not because of new refineries except one or two that I already mentioned. The bottleneck, conversion increase, mainly coker. And this is an important information for you, because coker is supposed to produce more diesel. But when we produce more diesel, we produce more gasoline. And more gasoline means more raw material for petrochemical. In addition, we produce not so much LPG, but we produce an increase of LPG because of the conversion. We have improved as a region the balance of yields, mainly from bottles to distillate and from distillate to light material. But again, this minus 5% is a consequence of 3/4 of capital invested in clean fuels, which is not returned. And the other one is not regulatory, not mandatory investment. Having this situation, we can identify some problems like capacity or complexity. But if the evolution is to increase the capacity or to increase the conversion, we will have a surplus of non-transportation material. I mean, low-octane light gasoline, LPG. When we talk about the situation regarding cost, and we need to be more competitive in this, well, we will become more competitive versus our main competitor, like US. Investment, low profit investment. In this case, I think that we need to be creative in order to take advantage of the investment that we are developing. Let me mention one example. If we need to increase our hydrorefining capacity in order to process diesel over there and to reduce the amount of sulfur in this. There is a marginal investment in order to install 1 or 2 additional towers and separate, for instance, light gasoline that at the end of the day are raw material. So, with such a significant investment, a marginal investment can improve significantly the margin of the refinery, obtaining solvents, obtaining petrochemical. So, this is part of the challenge that we have when we invest in clean fuels. We have the opportunity to obtain a small amount of molecules, but high value molecules. I haven't mentioned already, but the consumption matrix is changing every day because of alternative energy source, like natural gas, for instance, or electricity. So that will displace in mainly gasoline. I cannot foresee any problem with the diesel because the heavy transportation require diesel and will require diesel for many, many years. But what about the gasoline train? Well, the gasoline train usage will decrease, and that is clearly availability of raw material, future availability of raw material from petrochemical. So let me summarize at least my conclusions. Latin American refining required to consolidate the transformation in order to increase the capacity, in order to improve the conversion, bottom conversion into distillates, and work a lot in the reduction of operating costs in order to be competitive with the region. And both clear ways that we need to take from here on are, for me at least, is good for the petrochemical industry because of cost reduction and additional raw material that the refinery need to integrate with the petrochemical industry. That's all we have.
Thank you very much. Any questions? I have a question. You compare the refineries in Argentina and Latin America with the rest of the world, and they're not the best. Who are the best? What region?
I can separate the old regions like Central Europe, very efficiency in terms of energy, in terms of operating cost, but not in terms of capacity. New refineries in Asia Pacific are really brand new and has been built with the concept of huge capacity in order to concentrate small refineries, and that allowed a significant reduction in operating costs, but still with operating problems because of no culture for operation. So the maintenance is high in those regions, and the availability of the refineries, the mechanical availability of the refineries is still low. When we have an oil industry, like in Argentina, you can see, for instance, in Argentina, that the mechanical availability of our refinery are practically the best in the world, more than 80 or even 90% of mechanical availability, but at high cost.
Thank you very much.
Very
Luis, could you make some comments about the efficiency of refineries in two countries in South America? One is Brazil, and the other, if you can, and the other is Venezuela, compared to Argentina and to the rest of the world.
Say the different.
Brazil and Venezuela. Compare.
Sorry, but forget about Venezuela. I think that the whole situation of Venezuela is putting that country practically in the worst situation in Latin America. When I show you first the balance between the production, refining capacity, and consumption, there are only 3 countries in Latin America that produce more oil than required, but they don't have good balance of distributed refining, and they even need to import Mexico, Venezuela, and Colombia. I think the best example today, and I think that probably the base center in Latin America is Colombia. Colombia reduced significantly the export of oil and the import of final products. How? Easy. Using a new refinery. I think that Colombia is the first today as an example. In terms of efficiency, again, Colombia, even what I mentioned about the investment, 3 times investment that they forecasted for the refinery, they have the best operating cost and the best energy efficiency index. Argentina is very clear. So, production, consumption. But we still have significant imports of diesel and some surplus of gasoline, low octane gasoline. So, it's not good. When you see the balance, the volumetric balance, practically okay, but there are some export of crude and import of diesel that can produce significant problems for the finance of the country. Brazil is net importer of oil. There are many projects of refining capacity increase, but has been stopped in the last year. So they are still in a balance. So again, my ranking is first Colombia, then Brazil because of the balance, maybe Argentina in terms of that break-even, if we solve that break-even. There are small countries with very small capacity, but a good example, Peru, for instance. Peru has increased the capacity and improved their products. And practically, they are self-sufficient. So, it's a good example. They don't need 250 kVs refining capacity. They need 70, like 50, like Europe. But they